What's going on, y'all? Welcome back for episode 2 of Florida State Dynasty. We are in year 2, week number 6, and the number 1 ranked Noles are heading to Clemson, South Carolina for another big-time ACC matchup against the number 17 Tigers, who are 4-0, 4-0 in conference already as well. 2 unbeaten teams going to meet in this matchup. Last time we were here, we had a huge home game against number 10 Miami that, despite some battles and an excited puppy here off to the side, the Noles came out on top 38-33. We had a rough start, but our running back, Usmane Chroma, dog. That 150 NIL is getting its money's worth for Florida State. 22 carries, 312 yards, a long of 64. He had 3 different rushes over 20 yards, and all of those were at least 40. Biggest runs I've had in this game so far, all coming against Miami, ironically. Quintravian Wisner last season had a 97-yard run in the ACC championship game against Miami, and then Chroma here carried the day. Our transfer quarterback, Bryce Underwood from Michigan, rough day for the kid, man. Still a great player, had a couple good moments, but 14 of 20, 198, 2 really bad picks. One of them a user error for the most part. The second one, I'll take the blame. As the user, it is my responsibility, but I think I got a little bit screwed on the animation there. Defensively, Braylon Womack as the strong safety, 9 tackles led the way. 5 tackles from loss from Mandrell Desir also was huge. In total, though, we held on, ran out the clock late after a hot start, but kept letting Miami hang around. It should have been a bigger game than it was in terms of a 5-point difference, but we'll take the win and stay number 1. 4-0, 2-0 on the year so far. Started the year off with a win over number 1 Georgia at the time. They're still 3-1, so they're only lost top 10. Handed K-State their first loss when they were in the top 10. They have a second one since then. Pittsburgh was a tough game, but now we've got a tough stretch here. Potentially 5 top 25 opponents in our first 6 games by the time this is all said and done. Eases up a little bit on the calendar in terms of wins and losses and rankings, and then a tough matchup at Florida in our big rivalry in the year. But in the meantime, let's take a quick look at recruiting as well. Last year's class finished number 3, but we spent a lot of money to get there. This year, we're looking to do better. Trying to be a little smarter about our budget. We've got 1,050 NIL remaining. We'll see how much that looks. This is based on spending a lot on these guys right now. We still have the portal once we refresh. But this year, we had a big class, 7 5-star transfers, 13 transfers in total last year, plus 22 high school signees. So we filled a lot of holes on this roster with some young talent that should stick around and some star talent that is carrying us currently. This cycle, I want to focus more on big hitters among the high school guys, and then we can fill in our roster with 3 stars and transfers as needed. So I didn't mean to hit that switch to national rank. We're going to go back to default because this is how my list is ordered. Right now, we've got 1 commit, Pierre Carrion. He is a 97 speed east-west playmaker right out of Miami. This guy's going to be a stud. Silver adrenaline, I'm really excited about. 97 speed, 95 excel, also great. We can hopefully get that change of direction up and get him higher in the shifty bar, but that will be exciting. Gideon Boss is a corner out of North Carolina. I love the bump and run corners. When you can get them jammer and you can play press at the line, it's going to be OP as always, but especially so this year. We've got a verbal on him and should have the hard commit this week. Tyrell Keaton, another awesome free safety, not as fast, balanced man zone coverage, bigger body at 6'2", 203. Hoping that he can come in as well now that we have a verbal on him. Malcolm Hyde, we don't need an edge rusher. We've got a gold quick jump freshman right now. This would just be spoils and deeper riches in our pockets. But Malcolm Hyde, we're probably losing this one. We're in a battle current with Ohio State and OU. They've got later visits. We've already come on one. We've maxed out his NIL. It's okay if we lose this. I really don't want to spend $240 on another edge unless we can get him. He's a gem. You got to go after a guy with quick jump when you can, I think, especially with how big pass rush is going to be in this game and the way zones are playing and the time that quarterbacks have so far. This is the guy we're really trying to go after, BJ Brittingham. He is a 5-star gem quarterback. Let me move my face cam real quick. You can see here his deal breaker, proximity to home. Tallahassee, Florida. We've got to keep this man in his hometown. Nothing could be more important. We're right there on the edge of a verbal. We've already had our visit, though, so I'm a little scared Miami and Georgia might come back. Max out his NIL. We've got a perfect hard pitch on him, as good as we can get with his playing time. I may actually go erase a quarterback or two to try to up that playing time deal breaker. I like to keep guys who I'm not recruiting on the board just to see their dev traits and see if I notice anything in their archetypes or hometowns or anything like that for future. 87 speed, 97 throw power should be awesome if we can get him and be our future quarterback. Manny Crespo, 99 excel, 99 speed, 95 excel. Already has bronze takeoff. Could hopefully get that higher. 6'2" out of Miami. It's going to be electric. David Renee, 88 speed, 88 excel, Mike linebacker. That is the type of player we want, and already has gold house call. Insane. Malik Potts, another one. Fast linebacker, signal caller, big body. He's 6'3", 230. Would be an awesome guy to throw in the middle. I really want to try to build a 4-3 defense this year, not live at 4-2-5. That's going to require some big, fast linebackers who can get out and cover in space. And that's where I think a Renee is going to be more important as a lurker. He's going to get house call. He's going to have some better coverage abilities, especially coming in. Potts is going to be a good guy to move if we need to get into a serious run defensive spot. Jason Falk, this is more of a backup, but I do love this gold robber, and I love adrenaline with how wear and tear is. Just on the slower side, that sucks. 84 excel scares me off. That's why I've only given him 55 NIL, but we'll see how he ends up. Tavares Moe, 5'8" route artist. I think route artists are going to be sneaky this year. Once you can get cutter and some of these route moves on these guys early in the game, I think we're seeing that a lot of wide receiver routes are kind of nerfed. I think that's the speed reduction and abilities reduction compared to where we all ended last year, online and in dynasties. But a 5-star from Florida, I think we're just recruiting a guy at home who we might have a chance to get and start trying to bag 5 stars for points and success. But again, only 85 NIL. We're not going well above what his initial expectation was. Nick Yoshivas, Platinum Pocket Shield, a pass protector. We would move him to left tackle, trying to see what we can do. There's not a lot of interest in Oklahoma's coming at him now. We've got a ton of tackles. I think we'll be fine with the portal as well. Zach Smalls, a 5-star power rusher from Kentucky. Not a ton of recruiting, so we went after him. Max Chaney, slow here, but I love the physical route run archetype. That best friend adrenaline combo is awesome. Plus Road Dog, the mentals, even if only bronze, those will help big time. Physical route runner was the best archetype in the game last year, other than at least elusive bruisers for running backs, in my opinion. I don't think he will get good caps with his speed, but we'll give it a shot. He's a tier 5 pipeline as well. Grant Woods, DT, Pure Power, West Virginia, same thing as up here with Smalls, a 5-star D-line. Doesn't have a ton of pipelines on him, not a ton of recruitment, so we're giving it a shot. We don't need it, but I do love 91 strength. Decent power moves and finesse moves. Slower, but a big body, 6'2", 282. Will probably get up to around 300 by the time he leaves college. And then Dominic Ware, I love the well-rounded archetype. Better run blocker than pass blocker. 82 excel is all right, but again, Florida kid, filling a need on an offensive line. We need it. And these are a bunch of the guys that we're not recruiting. So actually right now, Bavaro, I'm not recruiting him because I wanted the guy from Florida. I'm actually going to take him off and see if that will improve. Brittingham's playing time, it doesn't. He's still a B-. That's okay. It's still kind of based on if Bryce Underwood's going to come back or not. He's about 87 overall. A few different guys down here, but that is recruiting right now. We're looking all right. I think we'll lose a few of those battles, but I'm okay with that. It just means more points to spend later on guys on our roster retention, and also, which I think we're going to have a lot of expenses in, especially if all of these transfer guys come back for a second year. And then we can load up in on the portal again like we did before, so not super worried about it, but we will jump into things. It is Florida State at number 17, Clemson, Dynasty, week number 6 in total, game number 5. We're ready to jump into this thing. It should be a good one. We're going to try to not completely botch this today, throwing the game, essentially, with 2 interceptions early, making the contest. We're going to try to be smart, control the environment. We got to quiet this place down. You can hear it live here in Death Valley, running downhill. But the Noles, they are ready to play, ready to put on a show as they've done 20 straight wins for Coach Tom Hawk and his Florida State program. Today, they go for 21 blackjack in Death Valley. A sea of orange awaits the Noles in this AC clash. I love one thing about why I wanted to do a Florida State Dynasty this year. I love seeing the helmet stickers for Florida State on their helmets and as they populate throughout the year. It's just such a cool tradition in college for so many different schools, Ohio State, Michigan, and others. It really gives some different character. You see who the standouts are. But it's a nice evolving piece of lore in this game to see that grow, even if it was all matching, just to see the helmets change a little bit as a cool little feature that I'm so glad has made it in and been a part of this game for the last couple of years. We're going to go, as we do, empty protection as our setup. This is going to be tough. We're going to have to run the ball early, especially with this crowd. We know Death Valley gets loud. The sagged off coverage on Jason Lopez. I am looking for him to catch like the slant. Beautiful. A nice little 15-yard gain to kick us off. That is what we like to see. We're going to play smart football today. I don't want to get out over our skis too early, but I do want to try to change up formations a little bit. Everybody doesn't like watching bunch all the time, so we're not going to run bunch constantly. I'm going to run spread here, let Bryce go on a power read. I think it's one of the most underused concepts. In this game, it's really, really strong from a lot of different formations. I'm going to stay out of bunch. I do want to try to come over here and keep some RPO on. We've got two covering that read on the edge, so we should have this RPO for free. Dump it off here to Danzy. Great block on the outside, and the speedster gets the corner. He is going to go all the way 60 yards on the RPO, 6'7", 6'7", for the returning star of Florida State's wide receiver core. 6-0 quickly. No interception for Bryce. That's what happens when you keep it nice and easy. 3-play drive and a 7-0 lead. It took us 19 seconds longer than last time, but you know what? I will take it from my end. We're going to have to do some more defensive adjustments after this. I forgot to do the coverage setups. Whether bug or because I started the Dynasty before I set my main menu settings, none of my coverage checks or anything roll over. Nothing super complex in it, but I do want to make sure I have this set up. And I would like to figure out a solution that doesn't require me to start a brand new Dynasty. But, we're going to be doing that soon. This Florida State one's obviously kind of peaked. I want to try to get through year 2, at least, and maybe into year 3. But we will see on that. I'm going to go combo, point combo. I don't really run a ton of cover 3. All we really run is palms. We're going to go palms there. Bingo. Stubby. Yeah, and then we're good there. I'm going to switch this to our slot corner. And come out in our palms, especially against this bunch offset. Alright, 4-2-5, cover 4 palms as we did last game. Get a lucky animation there. Bunch X nasty. Keep that same cover 2 shell. We're going to get a lot of bunch from Clemson today, but I don't want to get stuck in match too much. They've got a lot of speed on this roster. They're running a lot of crossers there. Big splits, but our guy gets the breakup. Nice job there. Now we're going to pass commit. I am going to pull Williams out of here. Trying to run the switch stick. Cover 2 man. Oh, and Chandler, the pick, undercuts it even with a bad animation, with a bad timing. But it's going to be a flag. Oh, on Florida State. Roughing the passer ruins my perfect timing user pick. I don't know how you can call that perfect timing. Epinesa, the Iowa transfer, just cost us a huge play. I think we're going to have to bring Rawls down the box a little bit here, get him ready to crash. Yeah, we're going to run it against that light box. Good call by Clemson, but we're ready for it. We are going to... I think I want to go back to man coverage here, and what I want to do, if I can find my... I like the new system. I'm still getting used to it, but I'm still figuring out my individual adjustments in some of these spots. I can't see anything there. And that's going to be an easy first down on the big corner route. Goodness, where did they run? Is he under? Yeah. First down and 10 for Clemson inside the 35. They are into Florida State territory here. Light box again with the spread set. I'm going to see if they run it. They will. It'll be up the gut. He'll bounce it outside. Off tackle. Eziamume. It's a week 10 to give up if you me. Got to be better than that. Rollins, I want him a little more set in the middle. Big stuff there. Showing blitz with the linebackers. Helped out a little bit. Kevin Wynn, tackle. Gain of 1. I want to keep my backers here and balls down low. I think we're going to get a pass here, though. Oh, no. Motion. There will be a run. Tracked it well. Gain of 2 is not bad. Isaiah Williams there with we are going to get a cover 3 here. Oh, and they're going to go speed option left. Or quarterback zone left. But a big stop and shed by Dijon Lee Jr. Florida State going to hold them to a field goal. Hi, buddy. Hey, what's up? Field goal's up and good. Ugh. And we are going to take the kickoff. Cleveland, he's been a big return man this year. Way improved. He's broken 1, almost broke 1 or 2 more so far. A lot of threat in there. Elia Drinkwitz, the head coach now at Clemson. Something I didn't even know. Let's go doubles flex Y off close here. We're going to go pump draw. See if we can catch him biting early on a pass. His linebacker's going to drop out. Should be good yards for Chroma. He's going to pick up, it looks like 7. Nice run there. Baited him with the draw. And come out here, trips halfback. This is going to be one of my favorite formations this year. Red zone Dusty. Out of it. Set has a sharp post and a sharp corner with a nice slant. Nice China concept underneath that I really, really like. And it gets open more often than not, at least one of those routes. That outside corner can typically beat man, can beat a lot of zones. And if not, you're usually going to have one of those 2 underneath routes and come back to the post. So a pretty easy read that I enjoy a lot. All right, now what we're going to do, we've got looks like man coverage. And they're going to bail into zone, so we are going to throw to Boggs. He's going to get 2 on the RPO. It's okay. Still trying to feel it out. This crowd's still up a little bit. You can see I got some stadium full, so we should be able to get a block out here as long as that safety doesn't crash. He won't. I just want to get yards. I want to get it to 3rd and 3 there. It's a good set to change the pace a little bit. Now, I want to try to mix this up. We're going to go X cross. It's a fun-looking play. A lot of routes that can get open over the middle of the field and cause chaos, but Bryce Underwood's going to take that space created, and he is going to pick up the first down. Across midfield, so we got a 7-3 game. Florida State driving. This is the methodical offense I really wanted to bring more of against Miami. Don't get me wrong, I love big plays, and I'll happily take a big play when it comes. But I want to run this little 5-7 yards when I have to. And big throw from Bryce Underwood. He takes a hit. That should be another 15 yards. We're going to get a roughing the other way this time. All right. All right. Now we're just going to take this in the run. Gideon Davidson getting him some carries. He's going to bust it. Returning to his old stomping ground. He is a Clemson transfer this year for my Florida State Seminoles. Now gun cluster, so offshoot a bunch. And we're going to give it to Davidson again. He's going to get that draw play down to the 2. Oh, and looks like he's banged up a little bit. That's okay. Oh, I wanted single back bunch type. So we want to run the stretch bubble here. Looks like they're going to be in coverage. We should just have one man beat on the outside. It will be Chroma. It will be an easy carry. 6-7, 6-7, 6-7. 2 touchdowns on the board for Florida State. Back to the defensive side as we're near the end of the first quarter. The crowd stunned a little bit. They expected a stronger performance from Clemson so far, but plenty of time. And we've seen Bryce Underwood has 6 interceptions this year already. Not been great. His coach has not put him in good positions or helped him make good decisions, and that has to change if Florida State is going to win another national championship this year. Spread set here for Clemson. Looks like an inside run. They will bounce it outside. Taken down by the corner as Eziamume stuffed for no gain. 2 tight ends come onto the field. And now they're going to shift, bring the wing set over. Oh, that was bad by me, I bet. Oh, no, no, no. Whoa, whoa. We will take that, and Mandrell Desir. He will pick up the fumble. Excuse me, Daryl Desir picks up the fumble and runs it back about 15 yards. And what was a first down for Clemson on a scramble becomes a Florida State turnover, and they will run the I-form here and just pound the rock. And that has stunned Death Valley into silence for the moment as they try to figure out what has gone wrong today. Bryce Underwood calling a check here, trying to get his opponents to bite. First read is his tight end in the flat, short of the marker though. They will go back to this bunch set under center and just hand it off to Ousmane Chroma. First down, Knowles. And that will be the end of one as Florida State takes a 14-3 lead, driving now inside, deep into the heart of Clemson territory, averaging almost 10 yards a play, 3 for 3 on third downs, and they had the ball for 4 minutes to Clemson's 2 in that quarter. Domination by the Noles as they look to catch up in the conference standings. Clemson 4-0, so technically the leaders. Florida State just hasn't played 4 games. It's the only reason they're probably not leading, but as the #1 team in the country, but they have had a daunting schedule. Now here's Bryce Underwood. Sends his tight end up the field and gets the first down on his own on a scramble. They go play action naked boot, and it becomes a first down. That does remind me, I do want to find that QB boot play and add it to my custom book from under center that was put into Madden last year. I didn't run a ton. I don't really play a ton of Madden. I used to before college football came back, but I've just always been a college football guy more than the NFL. I love watching the NFL. I love the salary cap management in Madden, but just having only 32 teams, truthfully, I think some of the branding in the NFL sucks for most of the teams, and so it makes the field even more limited in terms of uniforms, different environments. The rosters all end up the same. While I do love the realism of trying to stay semi-realistic as far as when I have a franchise QB, I pay him and I keep him. Having the same quarterback for 15 years and the same players for 10, 15 years kind of get old when you're the type of person like me that wants to play every game. And longer seasons as well, so 30 years of 20 games, if you're playing, going undefeated and playing a full postseason, is even bigger than 30 years of this college football thing, recruiting at max 16, 17 games a season. So that's not even counting preseason games if you want to play those, which I don't really. Wallace is going to come up here. Oh, I almost got back to it. That was poor on me. Should have taken my other backer up. That's okay. We're going to stay in this cover 3, though. I do think... Oh, no. Oh, no. And what is Wallace doing there? As an AI defender, I took the blocker, and then he just sits in the gap and isn't aggressive at all. First down and 10 for Clemson again. They need something here. Dijon Lee pulls off guarding 2 men. The curl flat does nothing over there. I don't understand some of the zones, but I know it's a user error more than a game error for the most part. Bunch strong, they go slip screen. Try to dink and dunk it out. It will not work. We are gonna go all in right here. I'm gonna show blitz these linebackers, try to space them out. Jabari Rawls coming up. Scramble went out the wrong way, and Clemson got caught. I'm really excited when I get deep into these dynasties, especially on my defensive backs. It's a bit of a crutch. Oh, I tried to send my corner and he didn't go. Clemson in for the touchdown, 14-9 with PAT to come. That's unlucky. Still figuring out some of this. I feel like the switches and the responsiveness defensively has been a little bit off to start this year. Some of that is me. I've taken a month and a half off the game for the most part, especially on defense. And I'm out of sorts on a lot of things, but, excuse me, it's 21-10, not 14-10. My bad, I can't remember what's that score. But I feel like the switching has gotten changed up. And even in the middle of last year at some point after one of the updates, it felt like who you would switch to, pressing B or otherwise, change in the game, where they change the way it responds on your controller, and it's probably just code. That's fine. I'm okay with code. But I don't know. What's my thing? Oh, Jesus. But it's taken some adjustment to get used to. And there, I probably should have just switched. I'm still figuring out my defense, but we sold out, and it didn't pay off. But here, Bryce Underwood, we're going to drag the defenders away at man coverage, and he's going to scramble. He's going to get across midfield. This is his best rushing game so far in 5 days, or 5 outings with the Noles. We're trying to be really safe with the ball. I've turned the ball over a lot, and just like real football, that will kill you in this game. It will eat you alive and cost you win after win after win, especially on this new Heisman difficulty, which I'm just now getting the hang of in the last 6-7 games. No pun intended. I do the celebration enough. I probably don't need to make that joke intentionally. But turnovers will just kill you. They almost did against Miami in my last game. And so I got to be better about protecting the ball with Bryce, especially not throwing picks. Fumbles will happen. We know that this game's a bit fluky in that regard, and that's all right. Football's fluky by nature. We're going to go Dagger Texas. It's a new play in the game, but I want to put Lopez on this comeback route. I think they're still really strong. I don't trust this underneath drag or Texas route, this angle to get open. He will, even though he stutters. Just slow zone reaction there. We will take it, though. We'll cheat inside zone. We're going to stay here in this trip set. I'm going to see if I can pull this linebacker. We will. It'll reset him. This should give us this B gap. Click it through it. He will. 4 yards there for Chroma. The repositioning of the linebacker. A nice adjustment. And let's go bubble pop here. This was a fun one last year. I can't put Lopez on the right. So we're going should be zone. No. Nope. Chroma, nice cutback. Heel will get in for the score and scuba. Touchdown, Seminoles. Should be 28 as long as I don't get a bad PAT animation or hold the button too long. We will let it off early, 28-10, 2 minutes to go in the first half. Clemson a chance to go 2 for 1 though here. We've got to play solid defense. We've got to find a way to hold them in front and either keep them at 3 or get a true stop and get the ball back and really put this game to bed. It's 3 scores right now, which is great, but it's not good enough. I want more. I want to put this game out of reach as much as we can so we can get into a position where we're going to be able to really just run the clock, run the ball, and play safe football, get everybody back to Tallahassee healthy. Cover 2 man. Williams comes up. I was poor in getting over to my man. That running back in the flat, I didn't feel like he was a big danger, so I left it to be. But, oh, wow. Rawls is somewhere. I don't know what my safeties are doing crashing the box right there. I do want to take off aggressive zones right now. I do want these safeties to play back a little bit further. It is crazy that Rawls is crashing up like that, even as the free safety over there. Now, we're going to stay in cover 2 man here. I trust my speed at linebacker a little bit to match up with the tight end and running backs if we have a 3-man or an 11 personnel set, and it pays off. It's actually been the strongest defense in this game so far. But that will be a punt, 28-10, 2 minutes to go. Big punt here, but it's going to give Cleveland some room to build up some speed, it looks like. I will shift across left, but I can't get the corner, stuck at the 13-yard line. Let's go pistol wing here. Let's see if we can pull off anything. Could run tight end attack here, back into a staple. I'm just going to run. I've had a lot of success running right before half my last couple of games, a few games, because the CPU will tend to play off. All right, and Chroma, he's going to hit it again. First down. Sorry, I blanked. I'm trying to figure out what I want to run. I'm going to go mesh here. This quick flat as well usually gets open. Or we'll be great at pulling that outside corner as it just did there to let this backside drag come through. I'm going to go back here to trips Y over. They might be thinking this bubble, but look, we're going to get this sprint motion and run just this quick out and up. He gets out of bounds 1 minute. Bryce Underwood, great throw on the run and a great job to get. Oh. All right. Chroma is banged up. But, oh man, he lays the boom head first, triggering there. First down, 3rd and 1, 40 seconds. I like this clock right now. We still have our timeouts, and that is arguably the most important thing. We just want to let this sit off. Let's get out of this trips, though. We're going to flip, and we're going to run this draw play again. I want to see. Timeout, please. Thank you. Tom Hawk. Tom Hawk. Tight doubles here. Okay. Sorry, I'm quieting up a little bit because I'm getting focused. I don't want to blow this chance to score, really put this game to rest. Let's go spot X option here. We've got this little tight end spot route, these two corners. Maybe Lopez can do something on his choice. He's going to take the out. Oh, fudge. That's fine, that's fine. We got positive yards. We're going to take a timeout, give ourselves one chance here. We're going to just go to my old faithful here. Trusty, old reliable. We're going to see what happens. Oh, no! It almost worked. It almost worked. Great throw by Bryce to stop it. Stan. We're going to run back one more time. I'm going to run this half slide right because I want Chroma to pick up my backside on this blitz. Oh. Oh, come on. Come on. Lock in. Damn. Cincinnati with the upset win over Houston. Flipping the Big 12 standings at the start. Houston would have been a Big 12 favorite. Goodman outdueling Henderson despite less yards and less touchdowns. But Willis on the ground. The run game is making all the difference this year so far. It is definitely my biggest takeaway of these first few days of college football 27. Trying to make sure we keep the run game moving, that you keep the ball going, is huge. Huge. And if you can do that, you will, no matter what, have a chance to win. And so keeping that running back pipeline is the base of having a good team in college football 27. Oh, wow. He has got some shift in the backfield. That is crazy. I'm screwed when I play some of my friends later this year. I cannot lie. I've got a guy that I'm friends with that is one of the best users of his quarterbacks I've ever seen. Wallace, I dropped back. It was a poor drop back, honestly, as far as my responsibility, but it pays off. That is okay, but can't celebrate the wins if the win was made by bad process. Halfback power here from whoa. Oh, first down. You know what? This isn't going to work. But it's a 21-point game. I want to try it. I know it's glitchy. Let's see what they're running. It's going to work. Oh, man. It's going to work. It's going to work. I want to backtrack that. Oh, my goodness, man. That is crazy. That is going to be a touchdown on the double pass. The wobbliest ball you'll ever see. Crazy. Javen Boggs with the 29-yard touchdown pass to all but end this game. A 28-point lead. knock on wood, knock on my desk, if I blow a 28-point lead, I gotta end this YouTube series on this Dynasty. Isaiah Williams anchoring the middle by himself. Oh, poor run defense. Poor run defense over and over. I gotta find something. Let's go 6-1 here. And you know what? I'm just gonna say screw it. Let's go Sam Will. This is probably a bad idea. All right, cool. All right, great man coverage. It's sticky. Sticky, sticky, sticky when you got some speed. So it looks like we might have to run some more cover 2 man. I prefer match. It's just what I've run the last couple of years. But you know what? If it can be as simple as line up and stick with a guy, and you've got the speed to do it, all right, man, we will happily do it. But I think there's going to be some man-beating concepts that come out, and the CPU is going to adjust. That is going to make basing out of cover 2 man really, really difficult. Chroma. And with a 28-point lead, I don't want to get too caught up in stats. We've got our 100 yards. Bryce hasn't thrown for a ton. I should probably throw the ball a little bit because I do care about recruiting. So we are going to RPO a little bit or pick some quick hitters. We're going to go wide trail here. I want to make sure Bryce gets some yards, and then I would like to put my backups in. Truthfully, I want to get those guys some PT. We're gonna get a little cheesy here. I've got a concept that I really like, that I know I can run, that I know will beat man. It has some effectiveness on zone, and we will let it roll. Yeah, I see Bryce only 190 yards passing. That's okay. Now we're gonna get Sperlin the ball. Wide trail, wide trail, wide trail. Bunch smash here just to change the concept a little bit. Put that tight end drag. Bang for Boggs, and look, that dynamic rain weather coming in. Really cool setting. The rain has also been heavy pouring at times, which is super nice. All right. Fourth quarter. Get your 4s up. Get your 4s up. All right, 38-10. Chroma, first down and goal. It pays off there, and we will run back here. Yeesh. They're expecting the run there, I think, and that's probably the safe bet, but I am anything if not. Unsurprising, Danzy will get to 4th and goal and get knocked down. We will play ethical hoops, and we will kick a field goal. This has been a long one, so what I think we're going to do is we are going to jump ahead to the end of our game. Let this play out. Clemson will probably score. They won't. That's okay. I don't want to keep you all watching backups, so we will call it good at 41-10. Clemson falls to the Florida State Seminoles, who win their 21st straight game. Usmane Chroma, 3 touchdowns, a $137 on the ground. The MVP once again. He is got to be the Heisman frontrunner. That is going to do it for us in Week 6, episode number 2. Thank y'all for hanging out. We will have an update for you next time on recruits and where we're headed next with the Seminoles. Thanks, y'all. Catch you next time.